Hi, Bones. Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I can't complain.
Sitting back there all quiet.
The more we can now shut the
Yeah.
Morning, ladies.
Hello, Northwest Georgia, and welcome to your weather on North Georgia Television. Mostly cloudy overnight, lows in the lower 40s, and winds light and variable. Another beautiful morning with a mix of sun and clouds. Expect partly to mostly cloudy day today, and hopefully no unexpected rain will pop up. We'll have northeast winds at 5 to 10, and mostly cloudy overnight with temperatures in the upper 40s. In Calhoun this morning, you were at 43. Midday, expect 56 and 66 for your high today. Chatsworth saw an early morning low of 43. Look for 56 midday and then up to 65. And 42 in Chickamauga to start off your day. Midday, look for 54 as well and 63 this afternoon. In Cohutta, 41 this morning. Expect 53 at noontime and 63 for your high. Dalton at 42 this morning. Up to 55 at noontime and then 64 for your high temp. And Fairmount, starting out at 42 this morning. 57 expected midday and 67 for your high. Fort Oglethorpe, an AM low of 41, looking at 54 at lunchtime, and topping out the day at 63. 42 for Lafayette, expect a noontime temp of 55 and 64 for your high. And Ringgold began today at 43, looking at 55 midday and 64 before temperatures begin to drop overnight. Our 7-day forecast. Overcast Wednesday, highs in the upper 60s, low overnight around 56 with rain showers late and winds persist at 10 to 15. Thursday, expect rain showers in the morning and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Winds will persist and temps will be in the high 60s again. Thunderstorms likely overnight and lows near 50. Friday, AM showers and partly cloudy into Friday night, a high of 59 and a low of 37. Saturday, overcast, highs in the low 50s and overnight lows just above freezing. And then Sunday, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 50s, winds light and variable, partly cloudy overnight as lows go down into the mid-30s. And Monday, looks like it will be mostly sunny and near 60 and then clear overnight in the mid-30s. Next Tuesday, mostly sunny as well and highs in the lower 60s, overnight lows at 40. And that's your weather forecast. Whatever the weather, we at North Georgia Television hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. And here are the area obituaries. Terry Lynn Farr, age 62. Terry Farr went home to be with the Lord Saturday, March 9th. Funeral services will be at 1 p.m. Tuesday at Heritage Funeral Home and Crematory, Battlefield Parkway, with Reverend Wayne Cook officiating. Interment will be at Tennessee, Georgia Memorial Park. In lieu of flowers, donations may be made to Walker County Animal Shelter. Louetta Faye Hicks, Key, age 76. Louetta Key of Rossville went home to be with the Lord on Saturday, March 9th. The funeral will be held at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, March 12th in the Wilson & Son Funeral Home, Fort Oglethorpe Chapel. Interment will follow in Lakewood Memory Gardens South. The family will receive friends prior to the service on Tuesday at the funeral home. Roberta Burt Reed, age 83. Roberta Reed went home to be with the Lord Sunday, March 10th. Funeral services will be 1 p.m. Wednesday at Heritage Funeral Home and Crematory, Battlefield Parkway, with Chance Silvers and Tom Reed officiating. Interment will be at the Tennessee, Georgia Memorial Park. The family will receive friends 4 to 8 p.m. Tuesday and 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday at the Funeral Home Chapel. James Franklin Turner, age 75. James Turner of Chattanooga went home to be with the Lord on Saturday, March 9th. Funeral service will be held at 11 a.m. on Wednesday, March 13th in the Wilson & Son Funeral Home, J. Avery Bryan Chapel. Interment will follow in the Chickamauga City Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 5 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday and prior to the service on Wednesday. Mother Ida Wilburn Little, age 100. Mother Ida Little of Dalton passed away Saturday, March 9th. Homegoing celebration will be on Saturday, March 16th at 2 p.m. at the Chapel of Willis Funeral Home with Pastor Melanie Prather as geologist and other ministers officiating. Interment in West Hill Cemetery. The family will receive friends at the funeral home on Friday, March 15th from 6 to 7 p.m. Dustin Dwayne Reed, age 29. Dustin Reed of Calhoun departed this life on Thursday, March 7th, at his home. Services to celebrate the life of Dustin Reed will be held Tuesday, March 12th at 2 p.m. from the Ponders Calhoun Chapel with Reverend Fred McCoy and Reverend Wesley Hunt officiating. Dustin will be laid to rest at the Mount Pleasant Methodist Church Cemetery in Redbud Community beside his mother. Carl Frank Freeman, Jr., age 82. Carl Freeman, Jr. died suddenly at his home on Saturday, March 9th. Carl was born in Oakman and served in the United States Army. The funeral service will be conducted on Tuesday, March 12th at 2 p.m. from the chapel of Max Brannon and Sons Funeral Home. Dr. William Roberts and Dr. Gary Hibberts will officiate. Burial with United States military honors and Masonic graveside rites will follow. Esteline Pulliam, age 85. Esteline Pulliam of the Oostanala community passed away Sunday, March 10th at her residence. Funeral services will be conducted Wednesday, March 13th at 2 p.m. from the chapel of Max Brannon and Sons Funeral Home with Reverend Walter Hare officiating. Interment will follow in Chandler Cemetery, and the family will receive friends at the funeral home on Tuesday, March 12th from 5 until 8 p.m. Mrs. Pearl Anna London Baker, age 71. Pearl Baker of Somerville passed away Tuesday, March 4th. Funeral service will be held Saturday, March 16th at 1 p.m. at West 5th Street Church in Christ in Somerville. Interment in Somerville Cemetery. The family will receive friends at the church 1 hour before the service. Arrangements are by Willis Funeral Home of Dalton. Donnie Butch Thompson, age 74. Butch Thompson of Dalton passed away Wednesday, March 6th. A memorial service to celebrate the life of Donnie Butch Thompson will be held 5 p.m. Sunday, March 17th at the Chapel of Dalton Funeral Home with Pastor Randy Postel officiating. The family will receive friends from 2 until the 5 p.m. service on Sunday. And those are our area obituaries. Now for the news.
Georgia Television News. We are your news covering Catoosa, Gordon, Murray, Walker, and Whitfield counties. I'm Connie Hall-Scott.
And I'm Rose Cardona.
And Rose, did you know that today is Plant a Flower Day?
I didn't know that actually.
Do you garden?
My mom does. My mom and my sister garden a lot.
Awesome. Well, I challenge you to plant something, and if you do, bring us a picture. And I also challenge you viewers to plant something and send us a picture, and we'll show it here on your local news.
Coming up in the news today, healthcare CO1 bill rejected by legislators in the House. Also, a new legislation introduced to change the way schools are rated. And Bill 48 passes in the Senate to positively identify students with dyslexia earlier.
We'll also take a look at Whitfield County assessors who plan to update property records throughout the county and how Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month is bringing attention to the power of disability, the disability community, in Georgia. And in recognition of Flood Safety and Preparedness Week, we'll have the tip of the day to help keep you and your loved ones safe. How Georgia's dual enrollment program at GNTC is helping high school students make strides in their college career, rising gas prices, and upcoming events around the region.
First up, a plan to change how Georgia regulates healthcare services, while also requiring much more transparency from the state's nonprofit hospitals, was rejected last week. The proposal was backed by several high-profile legislators who sought to update a decades-old program called Certificate of Need, or CON, which regulates how many healthcare facilities can pop up in any given area with the goal of controlling healthcare costs. But that powerful support was not enough to win over those wary of the impact of their hospitals back home. The measure was defeated in a 72-94 vote, with several Republican lawmakers joining Democrats in the opposition. The bill's sponsor, Representative Matt Hatchett, a Republican from Dublin, who chairs the Majority Caucus, said in an interview Thursday evening that the bill would be back and that they have invested their energy up to this point, and we are going to listen and take up some parts of the bill and see if you can't start the process to modernize Certificate of Need, because I firmly believe in that. Hatchett was mum on where he would likely have to make more consciousness to garner to support he needs. Thursday was this legislative session's crossover day, which was when the bill has to be passed out at least one chamber to have the clearest path to becoming law.
Certificate of Need is seen as a protection from the threat of a new facility swooping in and poaching insured customers who seek more profitable services. In rural areas of state, the program is often seen as vital armor for fragile small-town hospitals. But critics say the program thwarts competition and drives up the cost of health care. The bill that failed Thursday had sought to loosen up those regulations while limiting which facilities can object to another facility's proposed construction project, requests for new health care services, or other desired change. It would also beef up transparency rules for nonprofit hospitals, requiring them to publish online financial statements, salary information for their top staff, and other public information. The measure would have also given hospitals something they desire, an additional $40 million for the popular Rural Hospital Tax Credit Program, bumping up the cap to $100 million. The program gives donors to eligible hospitals a dollar-for-dollar income tax credit. After weeks of debate, lawmakers abandoned the call to abolish Certificate of Need and instead settled on updates to the program, which has still attracted opposition. The setback Thursday will likely cause proponents to further scale back their ambitions, but it remains to be seen just how.
Next up in the Georgia House, A new bill has been introduced which would allow school teachers and administrators to utilize discipline in schools without having it negatively impact their school's climate ratings. Currently, discipline measures such as suspensions, alternative school assignments, and expulsions are negatively reflected back on the success of the school, which could indirectly encourage teachers and administrative staff to report far less discipline issues due to fear of their school's score dropping. The legislation aims at taking away disciplinary actions from being a factor in the school star rating, which is presently based on attendance, safe and substance-free ratings, climate perception, test scores, anonymous student reportings, and discipline reports. When proposing the bill, Moore said discipline creates a safe, positive working environment for Georgia schools and that teachers must be able to manage behavioral issues without fear of negative consequences. According to a press release from the House, statistical information shows that this bill would have more of an impact in elementary school ratings, where students are still developing patterns within education and learning how to behave best within a classroom setting. Middle and high schools would be less impacted by the change.
Calhoun City Schools Superintendent Michelle Taylor said she already sees several issues with the formula used to rate schools to determine their CCRPI, College and Career Ready Performance Index scores. She said, in her opinion, a school's rating doesn't always paint an accurate picture of what's happening within a school. She said that it is difficult to ascertain whether there is consistency in data reporting from one school to the next across the state, adding that there are many ways to determine a school's rating outside of already existing formula, and that HB 179 brings light to the fact that additional changes may need to be made in the school climate rating formula, and that we need to be careful not to judge a school based solely on this rating. Taylor also said that while all CCS schools had a 5-star rating last year on the CCRPI with regards to positive behavior and attendance records, the district is still aiming to improve the school environment at each campus, and that the district will continue gathering and providing the most accurate information when reporting discipline to the state and the local community. If HB 179 is passed, Taylor said she does not feel it would impact Calhoun City Schools in a negative way.
Also in education legislation, the Georgia Senate recently passed Senate Bill 48, which would require the State Board of Education to test students within public schools to positively identify students with dyslexia at a younger age. SB 48 calls for statewide screening programs for all kindergarten students and an additional referral system targeting students in grades 1 through 3. Georgia's Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan responded to this bill by saying he will always be committed to supporting legislation that helps Georgia students. He said that dyslexia impacts up to 20% of our population, yet tends to be overlooked as a serious issue facing our students. And the SB 48 will help to detect dyslexia earlier and at higher rates, which would lead to quicker recommendation and greater success in the classroom. Martin, who chairs for the Senate's Education of Youth Committee, said Georgia students deserve to be offered opportunities that will help succeed in their school. He said currently Georgia is not doing enough to assist students diagnosed with dyslexia. He went to say that by advancing a screening and referral system, create a pilot program around early reading assistant programs, and increasing teacher preparedness, we're taking important steps to help Georgia's dyslexic students attain lasting success.
And please stay with us. We'll be right back.
With VidLink, we're taking TV, streaming, and video to the next level with one simple app.
Having all the channels in HD is a huge plus. The quality of the picture on each channel is untouched by anything on the market right now. I would highly recommend VidLink to all my friends.
One thing I love about VidLink is the restart feature. If I turn on the TV and it's 10 minutes into a show, I just hit that restart button and I get to watch the whole thing.
Contact us today to learn how you can get linked.
Hi everyone, I'm Judy Elliott.
I'm Jane Marie Wilson.
And join us for our second season on Southern
Sassy. This season, we are going to do a day in the life of a fireman. We learn how to belly dance and ride horses.
And wear our wedding dresses.
They still fit, by the way.
Only in the front.
So join us for that and much more this season.
Catch us on OptiLink Channel 6.
And WDNN Channel 10. Like us on Facebook, because you never know what you're going to find
on Southern Sassy.
I am Ron McKinney, pastor of Kinsey Drive Baptist Church in Dalton, Georgia. KDBC has been the birthplace of several Christian organizations. It was the birthplace of Christian Heritage School 30 years ago, and through the Academy of Fine Arts, L'Abri Symphonic Orchestra was founded by KDBC members Gene and Betty Lindauer. The ministry of KDBC reaches around the world with the missions of To Every Tribe Ministry, and I was a founding member of North Georgia Fellowship of Christian Athletes in 1992. Majesty is the longest running television program on North Georgia television. For 28 years, we have faithfully proclaimed the doctrines of grace. Kinsey Drive Baptist Church welcomes you to visit at 2626 Kinsey Drive on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Our website is kinseydrivebaptistchurch.com. To God be all the glory.
First Bank of Calhoun and First Bank of Dalton are proud to serve our communities, providing the products you need plus the personal service you expect from your hometown bank. We offer the latest technology, like customized instant-issue debit cards, InstaPay, and more. And with our experienced First Elite bankers, switching to First Bank has never been easier.
Stop by and see what sets us apart.
First Bank of Calhoun and First Bank of Dalton, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Hi guys, I'm Frank Pinson. I want you to tune in on these following show times to watch 101 with Frank Pinson. The show is based on people doing great things in and for your community, our community. Now those are doctors, lawyers, students, teachers, anyone doing great things. So guys, you know the motto, don't just be great, always inspire, motivate, and teach others to do the same. Now that is what we do, and I hope you tune in to WDNN TV. Just click on the website, or you can follow right here, www.thefrankpinson.com, and watch any episodes you like. See you soon.
Welcome back. The Whitfield County Assessor's Office has begun a project to update property records throughout the county. While the primary focus will be photographing the main structure or structures on the property, the appraisal staff will also be checking for updates to floor plans, condition improvements or deteriorations, and any modifications made to a property since the last field visit. They expect the project to take 16 months to complete, with their 7 staff appraisers and residential supervisors each working their assigned portion of the county. Georgia's Department of Revenue recommends all properties should be reviewed in person every 3 years. There are more than 40,000 real estate parcels in Whitfield County, which means each appraiser averages 5,000 parcels each. Of those 40,000 parcels, more than 28,000 parcels have at least one residential structure on it. Deputy Chief Christy Queen said that appraisers will be riding in county-marked vehicles with government tags, wearing shirts with the county logo present, and have identification cards on their person. Pictures and property characteristics will be collected using an iPad. While the photography project is the main focus of the real estate appraisal staff this year, the staff also continues with its yearly work of adding new construction permits to the digest, reviewing sales ratio reports, and working deeds. In addition, the assessor's office would like to recommend taxpayers of a few important deadlines. The deadline for filing personal property returns, real estate property returns, and applying for specialized assessments is April 1st. If you have questions, please call the assessor's office at 706-275-7410 or visit their office on the ground level of the Whitfield County Courthouse.
The Georgia Council on Developmental Disabilities recognizes March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month highlighted by the many ways in which people with and without disabilities come together to form strong, diverse communities. The GCDD works to improve the quality of life for more than 185,000 Georgians living with developmental disabilities. Governor Brian Kemp officially joined in and declared March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in the state. Governor Kemp's proclamation brings attention to the widespread work being done across Georgia that promotes inclusive and integrated housing, employment, education, and more. The council also leads various advocacy initiatives along with community efforts and are increasing awareness and access to higher education for students with disabilities. They would like for the community at large to take away throughout this month of March that people with developmental disabilities are contributing members of society. The annual campaign spearheaded by the National Association of Councils on Developmental Disabilities seeks to raise awareness about the inclusion of people with developmental disabilities in all areas of community life, as well as awareness to the barriers that people with disabilities still sometimes face in connecting to the communities in which they live. And although the GCDD's work continues all year, Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month is a great way to jumpstart valuable conversations to value all people groups in our communities.
And in recognition of Flood Safety Preparedness Week, local public safety and public works personnel are encouraging all residents to dedicate time to practicing emergency response procedures and to learn how to deal with floods. Yesterday's tip was to develop a communications plan so your family knows how to reconnect if separated in the event of flooding or other emergencies. Today's tip is turn around, don't drown. A mere 2 feet of water can sweep away your car, and 6 inches of fast-moving water can knock you off your feet. So don't drown, just turn around if flooding happens. Learn more at ready.georgia.gov. The Georgia Public Safety and Public Works and Ready Georgia campaign aims to prepare citizens to maintain self-sufficiency for at least 72 hours following an emergency.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College recently held a high school appreciation luncheon and information program to show gratitude to the faculty and staff from regional high schools for their contribution to GNTC's dual enrollment program. The presentation took place at the Conference Center at GNTC's Gordon County campus in Calhoun. Counselors, faculty, and administrators from high schools across the Northwest Georgia region took part in the luncheon. During the presentation, information was provided about various high school initiatives, the results of the dual enrollment program, and other key partnerships in GNTC's 9-county service area. Georgia's dual enrollment program allows qualified high school students to maximize their education and career training by taking courses that earn college and high school credit at the same time. For 4 consecutive years, from 2013 to 2017, GNTC had the largest number of dual enrollment students out of all the technical colleges in the state of Georgia, according to the yearly High School Collaborative Enrollment reports issued by the Technical College System of Georgia, TCSG. Last year, GNTC had the second highest number of dual enrollment students in the TCSG.
And get ready for it. Georgia gas prices are on the rise and hit a new 2019 high on Sunday. Georgia drivers are now paying an average price of $2.37 per gallon for regular unleaded. The state average has increased 24 of the past 25 days. Georgia gas prices climbed an average of 23 cents per gallon since Valentine's Day, and Sunday's state average of $2.37 per gallon for regular unleaded is now only 3 cents less than a year ago. According to Mark Jenkins, spokesman for AAA, gasoline supplies are beginning to tighten as refineries conduct seasonal maintenance and switch to summer blend gasoline. These seasonal factors are likely to keep upward pressure on prices at the pump this week. The state average could rise another 5 cents as a result. In Georgia, the most expensive metro market is Brunswick at $2.45 per gallon, while the least expensive are Warner Robins, Columbus, and Catoosa-Dade Walker, all at $2.31 per gallon.
Before we take a look at area events, if your organization has something coming up, we'd love to hear from you. You can contact us at info@wdnntv.com and let us know what's going on so we can let the community know.
Now here are some things coming up around the region. This evening, Dalton Mall will host Color for a Cause, an event that raises funds and awareness in support of local organizations. The event will run from 5 to 7 p.m. Every purchase made during that time will benefit a local organization of your choice. Coming up Saturday, March 16th at Mac Gaston Community Center, St. Mark's Episcopal Church and Dalton Episcopal Outreach will join together to have the first annual Spring Back into Wellness event that focuses on the emotional and physical health of all people and will offer free health screenings as well as other mental and physical health education and resources. Habitat for Humanity of Catoosa County will host Blue Jeans, Bluegrass, Americana, and Blueprints on March 16th at 6 p.m. at the Colonnade at 264 Catoosa Circle in Ringgold. The event is a fundraiser with a goal to raise $30,000 toward the 2019 Habitat House. And there are so many things going on. We're going to have to keep a watch on that, maybe try some of that stuff out ourselves.
Definitely.
We'll see you tomorrow.